All right. What's up? How's it going, everybody out there who watched this video? Appreciate you tuning in. So I felt like I really need to make a video in regards to my alcoholism that I have had experienced in my earlier part of my years. I started drinking when I was 20. I drank for a good 10 years, and I drank hard. I did things that I'm not proud of, I'm ashamed of. I did things like jumping fences, breaking into people's sheds and barns, throwing up in cereal boxes, driving when I was totally messed up and inebriated, having super close calls with the police, and almost being thrown in jail for a very long time, guys. I had no control over the alcohol, absolute zero control. It had all the control over me. Alcohol knew how to press my buttons. It knew how to make me feel good. I didn't know how to make myself feel good without the alcohol. So as I sit here today with my celebratory drink, it's taken me a long time to get to this place. Like I said, I've done a lot of crazy stuff when I was drinking, when I was partying from 20 to 30. And then 30 came around and I said, you know what? No more. I'm not drinking anymore. And I did. I didn't drink for an entire year. Completely cold turkey. Cut it off. I didn't drink at all. And that was the greatest thing. Now, there's a lot of people out there who go different ways, different routes to curb their alcoholism, to curb their addiction with alcohol. They might go to Alcoholic Anonymous meetings. They might go at it the same way I did. Or maybe they just don't ever get to the place where they have control over their life. Control over the things in their life that takes them away from reality. You know, taking that year off and really focusing on a sober life without alcohol was the greatest thing that I ever could have done for my life. You know, not only for myself, for my fitness, for my friends, for my family, and for my pocketbook, for my wallet. And now as I sit here having a celebratory drink, I know that I have complete control over this. Matter of fact, if I don't feel like drinking this entire glass, I will throw it out. And I won't even think twice. There's so many times where I might think about having a drink and I say, no, never mind, I'm not going to have one. Because I know I don't need it. You know, another thing is, I used to drink till I got tipsy. I would drink till I was drunk. I was so messed up, I couldn't see straight. The world was moving 1,000 miles an hour around me, spinning like it was going out of control. And that's what was happening to me. I was spinning out of control. Drinking like I was, hurting my body in that way, throwing up so many times, dry heaving. I even pooped on myself because I drank too much and threw up on myself. Nothing attractive about drinking like this. And I know I have friends that are alcoholics, that are dealing with alcoholism, and they don't know how to control their self. They don't know how to control the alcohol intake. You know, it used to be a time where I couldn't have, just one and be done with the situation. I would have to have another and another and another. Get that buzz, get tipsy. And if I was to start to lose it, I would get cranky, I would get irritable, I would get angry. I would need more of that alcohol to put me back on that level. I didn't know what it was like to be sober and to love life as it is without any interruptions, i.e. alcohol or any other drugs, pills, cocaine, ketamine, shrooms. I'm not even going to mention marijuana because that's in a class by its own. I don't see that as being as nearly controlling and effective on your life as alcohol is. You can really be a productive marijuana smoker as opposed to alcohol. There's nothing, you can't do nothing. You cannot be productive when you drink. You can't eat. You can't think straight. You don't want to drink anything else. You don't want to do anything else except drink. And usually you do it with your friends, you do it with your buddies. But when it starts to get bad is when you start to drink by yourself. really gets bad is when you start drinking by yourself and you're chasing your shots with water. No more sugar now, because you know that sugar's not good for you. You know the soda's not good for you, but you still want to drink and get drunk. So you start chasing your alcohol with water or just nothing at all. And that's not healthy. And that's the point I was at. I could drink a 6-pack a night. I could drink a whole handle with a buddy of mine throughout a course of a 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. And now here I am, very happy to say that I'm way more in the sober mind, way more control over myself and my inhibitions. And that ultimately is what it comes down to, guys, is having control and discipline over yourself. If you're sitting there and you start to look in the mirror and you're realizing that you're trying to control everybody around you, you're trying to instill discipline in everybody around you constantly, you're focused on everybody else, that means you need to focus on yourself. You need to control yourself and practice self-discipline within yourself. I don't care what kind of addiction it may be. It runs the gamut from sugar addiction to eating too much processed foods and sugars, to drinking too much, to doing too much drugs, too much cocaine, too much pills. Or maybe you're just a habitual procrastinator, or you feel like you're constantly depressed. These are all kinds of addictions. And really you have to find it in yourself, to love your life, and to live for something more than your addiction. Alright? So as I sit here and have this celebratory drink, that's exactly what it is. Once I get done with this, and granted, this is going to take me maybe an hour or so to drink. When I used to drink, that would be gone first drink. Go, done. Get another. Now, I'll drink that. Take me about an hour and a half, if not longer. And that's it. I'm not going to have another drink after this. And I know that. And I'm comfortable with it. I feel great. I have so much power. I feel so much power. Self-power within myself that I can just stop. Or even if I feel like we go out, my woman and I, we go out, and we're going to have a couple drinks. I decide, you know what, I don't want to drink. I love being able to have that choice and be able to tell myself, no, you don't need one, or no, we'll just have water. Or maybe you have a little small sweet tea. Alright? It's about the choices you make and understanding it in the moment, not just going with the flow all the time. Okay? A lot of us just go, and never stop to think about what harm that could be doing to us or to the people around us. Because when you drink especially, it's going to have a big effect on those around you. Especially for those who are not drinking and all messed up with you at the same time. For those who have to sit there and watch you and deal with your drunk ass time every single day, every single time, is annoying. My mom had to deal with it. My mom, my dad, my mom, my brother. He watched me get sick, and he's 15 years younger than me. He watched me get drunk. He watched me get drunk with my friends and throw up a lot. I mean, way more often than a kid his age should. And now here he is in college, having a few drinks with his buddies. But he's smart. He remembers his brother and how his brother used to drink so much and get sick and throw up all the time. And he knows to not do that same thing. He knows that it's not a healthy thing to sit there and keep drinking one beer after another beer after another. So while his friends are staying in the dorm and they continue to drink, acting belligerent, he has a couple, then he goes back to his dorm and he does his thing. Plays his guitar, his piano. So he already has that self-control over his inhibitions and what he's doing with his life. A lot of us could learn this. Take a note from this. Take a page from my book. I'm telling you. You got to learn to fight your addiction. You got to learn to control it. Whether it's going to an AA meeting or you just quitting cold turkey and you believing in yourself that you will quit, that you can do this. You got to believe. Whether you go to AA or you do it by yourself, you have to believe that the process is going to work. Because if you do not believe emotionally in your heart that it's going to work, then it's going to backfire and you're going to relapse and you're going to do it again and you're doing it again until you can believe in your mind and your heart that you can quit and you will become better. And you got to tell yourself that. Tell yourself, I will quit. Tell yourself, I will be better. Tell yourself, I will do this for myself and for my family. Life is more than just... Life is way more than just sitting around and having a drunk mind, if you will. I don't care if it's drinking or popping pills. Anything that inhibits your mind from thinking clearly is not healthy, it's not positive, it's not productive. Take it from somebody who knows what they're talking about. Learn to have some self-control. Learn to control your temper and your discipline. I promise it's going to do you wonders. It's going to be great for your spirit. Alright, guys? You can do it. You will do it. Believe in yourself. Don't say I hope. Don't say I wish. Don't say I wish I could. Tell yourself you will. Tell yourself you can. Take can't out of the vocabulary. You can and you will. You have way more power than what you think you do over yourself. Don't try to overpower everybody else around you, because what that tells you and tells everybody else that you have absolutely no power or control over yourself, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Until next video, peace. Hit the subscribe button, the bell, share with your friends, share with your family. I know that you know somebody who's suffering from alcoholism or another form of addiction, guys. Thank you for listening.